right, guys, welcome to another very special episode of C2F. That is concept to fashion to you, and you're joining us live from our Around the Virtual World edition. Now, we do have a very talented, actually, a pretty cool person that's going to be introducing himself, but I believe you go by Stealth,
Yeah,
correct?
call me Stealth. The R at the end is silent. It's spelled Stealth R. So there's an R. That's how I differentiate myself from the movie, other social medias. There's only one of me. So Stealthr. But Stealthr, either one's
Okay,
sir.
cool. So tell us a little bit about yourself. I know for some of our viewers right now, this is their first time kind of getting to know you and getting to hear from you. So let us know. What do you do? Where are you from? What do you like? What are you into?
Well, right now I'm sipping red wine. I found a recent appreciation for that. And what I do is I am a vocal artist, recording artist, performing artist, songwriter. But when it really gets down to the nitty gritty, I like to really slap people in the face with some dope lyrics.
All right, I like that. We're gonna hold you to that later on.
Okay, all right, I'm ready. I hear you.
so, so tell me a little bit about what got you started in this industry. Where do you really, or let me rephrase that. Where would you say you get the most of your inspiration from?
Well, growing up, and I'm referring to the area of 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, I listened to a lot of alternative rock, and then hip hop I found a sudden uh, respect, appreciation for, and honestly, slightly an obsession, because I guess according to my mother, I've been rhyming words since I was like a toddler. So I'd be like, Mama, that rhymes, you know? So I guess I've always had a fascination for rhymes. But then once I really heard some of these cats that are been in the industry go in, like Bone Thugs of Harmony, Twista,
Yeah.
Respect for Tech Nine, that influenced me for a Midwest style. And in no way am I copying them. I feel like I bring to the table my own type of unique presence when it comes to that, me spitting. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah.
that's some of my major influences, aside from Yellow Wolf, or of course the obvious Eminem, being
Mhm.
white in the black dominant industry. But definitely Twista, Tech Nine, and Bone Thugs and Harmony have been big influence.
Okay. Now, how long have you been doing this more professionally?
Well, there's two ways I describe that. I'd like to say I became not whack about 5 years ago, but I've been writing, rhyming for about 10, about since
Okay.
I was 17.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. You know, it's interesting. I always love to hear, where people kind of get their inspiration from. And we talk to all kind of different people, from models to businessmen to, musicians, just like yourself. So we kind of get around the entertainment industry.
Mm,
And it's always just a pleasure to kind of hear the different things that motivate people, the different things that people aspire to be. Because it's
true that.
always different, you know? So I guess I'm a little bit curious on your end. You told me some of your inspirations as far as some of the people that you've listened to and some of the people that you kind of aspire to not necessarily be like, but, kind of influence you a little bit.
Definitely.
What would you say, especially during this time with COVID-19, how have you really been staying motivated?
Well, definitely have had a lot more time on my hands.
Mhm.
And I'm the type of person where when I'm working, I'm happy. So in the very early stages of the whole COVID thing, it was tough to stay indoors just simply because, I mean, I was respecting all the guidelines and whatnot, but when you have just a mind racing with ideas and just creative approaches and just I have a whole squad behind me too, very talented dudes that are also like, dang, let's do something. They pull me out of the house. To be honest with you, it didn't lock us down. We went outside and we shot a couple videos, two for this project that I got coming out October 9th, Upper Echelon. And funny enough, while we were shooting it, about three separate times in a 4-hour period, we had cars driving by honking. Oh, y'all don't give up, like out the window. It's funny. I mean, I think you should just utilize your time as productive as possible. So I've just been doing my best to do that. That question. Yeah.
Nice. Now, as far as your music and your style goes, how would you describe it?
I do my best to be captivating. I use melodies and harmonies to appeal to different ears. I do my best to listen to what's hot and try to incorporate that. But I'd say I like to bounce between a mainstream sound and an underground sound as much as I see fit, really.
What would you say, like more of a hip hop genre?
Definitely hip hop, alternative hip hop. Given all the broad spectrum of hip hop, is just, you got dudes over here doing Midwest, chopper style. You got dudes over here doing that Atlanta sound. You got, so I try to just take bits and pieces and see how they fit with my style and just try to appeal to the masses. But if I kind of worked around your question again, but
no, I heard you mentioning that you have some projects coming up. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. I have a project right now that's going to be coming out October 9th. It's called Upper Echelon, spelled VPPER, Upper Echelon. And I've got the first track on there, No Nothing's, going to release September 22nd.
Okay.
And, 2 videos to the project. It's about a 5-6 song project. And that project basically represents my different abilities to be mainstream, to be trying to be catchy, and again, bouncing back and forth between what I like to do, which is more of an underground sound, and what I feel like I should do to make some money, which is that mainstream sound.
So that's always a fine line to walk. I know I'm appearing to you right now as a host, but I'm also a musician myself, but I'm more of a vocalist, so I sing, and it's always a fine line between trying to do something that you love and that you're passionate about and trying to do something for the masses, because at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, you can make music that you love, but if it's not music that's going to be selling, then, that's a hobby at the end of the day.
True. And I think there's just a fine line, if you love to make music, then you're not working a day in your life, it's definitely, but I agree with you. You just got to find the right balance, I guess.
So now this channel, it's about more than just expressing different media outlets. We like to try to incorporate each person so that we can provide a platform basically to help push their stuff and work in turn so that you can also help guide us up as well. So we like to use this as a partnership. But because we have our hand in so many different things, we have our hands in, fashion, we have our hands in music and entertainment, in the business aspect. I like to hear a little bit of it all. So I'm looking at you right now and I'm digging the style, to be honest. You got some really cool things. I like the jewelry you got on there. You can never go wrong with the black, But what would you describe as your fashion taste, your normal everyday style?
Well, I'd say the way to answer that. Funny enough, was so oblivious that I didn't realize all black everything was already a thing. And of course, before I tried to create something, I'll go Google it. And I was like, dang. So Stealth can't take the whole all black everything, but I definitely plan in the future from merchandise to simply just my image, incorporating red and black and making it, some people contrast, some people match. I love to match. And it's just with whites, grays, blacks, and red. So comes to my jewelry, gold don't really fit me. So I like the whole platinum silver look, This watch, it doesn't flash right in your face, but once they notice it, it's nice. It's stealthy. It's a stealth appeal. So I guess my fashion would be a subtle, but still kind of an striking appeal in a way would be the best way to do that. But
because it's definitely, it's stylish, but you throw your own authenticity into it, and that's what's cool.
Right. I feel like it's simplicity can be complex in a way, you know. So black on black can stand out, even though you know such a subtle. Black's not a color; it's a shade. You know, people wear bright green, yellows, and mix and match colors, but I think you can do enough with one or two colors too. So Stealthr represent that black on black look. So
I like how you incorporate your fashion with your brand, your name, that stealth identity. So I'm kind of curious. Can you tell me where did that come from? How did you come up with that name?
well, it was actually given to me. I had a kind of a rough portion of my life between 16 to 19, borderline 20, 21, where I was doing the whole tag banging thing and went on the streets, at least in LA, for what I know, being in the Valley for 22 years, raised, not born in Germany, raised 22 years in the Valley. If someone's running alone and, for example, their name is Venom, and they go by Venomer, put the R on the end. So I had some homies. I had dipped out into a bush once. The situation is a long story, but after we recollected and reconvened, they were like, "Dude, that was some stealthy shit." I was like, "Hey, I like that. Y'all been looking for a name for me. I like stealth." And they're like, "Okay, we'll give you that." So ever since then, I've been running with that. And then I realized there was a branding issue with the whole stealth thing because there's a movie, there's like two artists from two different genres that go by stealth. So by adding that R at the end, which kind of shouts out the whole street tagging life too, I was able to separate myself from other artists and make the Google search a little easier.
Yeah.
So, but I went through phases. I went Stealth 5150. I was Stealth the Bomber, and then it ended up being Stealthr, Stealth. That's where it is now, and I do my best to incorporate that into my image and into my style. Just to elaborate a little bit more, stealth is a jet plane. I've got a quick style.
Okay.
So, you know, so that falls into place too.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. So what kind of red wine you drinking?
Right now we got Charles Shaw.
Oh, come on, $2 Chuck. You can't go wrong.
Right. I got what is it, a 12, 13 pack for like 25, $30. And I gotta say, for the price, I mean, normally you say you get what you pay for, but this is worth that price. $2
Yeah,
Chuck.
no, that is a good one.
I haven't heard that before.
You never heard? So where did you get it? Trader
Right.
Joe's? Oh, Ralph's. Okay. So here, I've seen that first at Trader Joe's, and I'm originally from the East Coast, so we don't have many Trader Joe's in my area. So I really didn't get accustomed to it until I came out to California. Now, one of the things that they would advertise it, $2 Chucks. It was like, that red wine, the Chuck specials. And so I always thought it was just, yeah, right at Trader Joe's. So I always thought it was like exclusive to them, but hey, I guess not.
I'm gonna stand corrected. My wife is the one that purchased it for the deal because she be the one finding discounts. So she might have grabbed it at Trader Joe's. You know, I'll say I'm wrong, but that's the two places I shop: Ralph's and Trader Joe's. So you might be right. But it is bomb.
Hey, it could be anywhere, but it is a good one. But all right, so I got another question, and we do this thing. It's kind of like we call it like the lightning round. So basically, I'm just gonna throw a bunch of quick little questions at you, and I just want you to think of the first thing that pops into your head. No pressure, no nothing. It'll be quick and fun. All right, let's have fun with it. So let's start with this. What has been, or you know what? This is one that I've used and I always find interesting. So I'm going to use it again. If you can describe this year in one word, what would it be?
Hectic.
All right, I like it. Now, what is going to be 3 of your top favorite artists that you listen to and can listen to all day long?
Tech Nine, Crazy Bone from the Bone Thugs and Harmony, Twista.
All right, what's been your favorite project that you've ever done?
The one coming up right now, Upper Echelon.
Why?
because I feel like it represents so many different angles of who I am.
Hmm. Okay. If you can be any place in the world right now, where would you choose to be?
The Philippines.
Why?
My wife is Filipina, and I really want to visit. She's been
Okay.
selling on the Philippines, and I'm I want to own
Yeah.
some eventually.
Yeah, that's a beautiful place. I haven't been myself, but just from looking at pictures and meeting people from there, that's a place on my bucket list too.
I haven't been there yet, so
All right. Have you been to any places outside of the US other
yes.
than Germany where you were born, of course?
Do cities in Germany count?
Yeah, I'd say so.
So Hamburg doesn't count because I was born there. Um,
Okay.
I've been to Stuttgart, Metzingen. I've been to Hungary, which is not in Germany. I've been to Denmark, Copenhagen.
Hmm.
Uh, I have been to, in South America, Trinidad, Tobago,
Oh,
Paradise.
cool.
I've been to, do states count?
Yeah. Go ahead, lay them on us.
Texas. I've been to Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Mm.
Uh, in Texas, it was Austin and Houston. I've been to, being in California, obviously Arizona, Phoenix. I think we're coming to the end here. Anything else in Europe? No. I've been in JFK Airport once, but I have not been to New York.
Oh no?
No, I've been in JFK Airport, and that does not count. So, and anybody, same thing. But I want to go to New York really bad.
Yeah, that's definitely a place you got to check out. Preferably when we can get out and go live a somewhat normal life again, you know?
It's gonna come back. I have a feeling. I have a feeling.
Hmm. Okay, so we've gotten to know a little bit about you, you know, and I've been looking at this and I just want to make sure I'm not going crazy. But are your eyes red?
I think so.
They
From what I
are.
see, yes.
I thought I was going crazy. I'm like, am I seeing things? Is his eyes really red? What's happening? Okay.
This
He's
has happened.
transforming on us. He's transforming.
Yeah, they were blue at the beginning of the interview, right? Good catch. It's all part of the image. Yeah. I mean, you'll see me on stage with red eyes and red shoes or red eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, that R at the end of stealth, it does represent many different meanings. My squad, the youth or wasted youth, the triple X is our brand. The X is like a variable, it can represent many different things. Just like the
Mhm.
R at the end of stealth can represent many different things, including red, being rogue. Um, there's a ton of different reasons why I was able to add that. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's funny, at a couple shows that I performed at, they're like, bro, did you tattoo your eyes? And just to mess with them, I was like, yes, I did. It hurt. And they were like, no way. And I couldn't let them think the whole night I did that. I was like, hey, I'm bro. They're
Yeah. I've seen that before. That looks crazy. Like when someone actually had that tattooed.
oh, it is nuts. I
Yeah.
don't feel to the eye, man. The skin is good for me. I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah, I hear you. So we talked about your project that's coming up on October 9th. We want to keep shouting that out. We want to see one thing that we work on here is we work on trying to, manifest things. So we talk about it. We put it right out there into the universe. We call it into our lives. So October 9th, it's going to be an amazing production. But aside from that, what are some, I don't want to say goals, but what are some future projects that you have in mind that you want to work at that you're aspiring for?
That's a really good question because I do have a follow-up project that I want to take my time with. See, this leads back to wanting to appeal to the masses with the whole mainstream sound. So I
Mhm.
really get this whole uh, chopper style, technical, rhythmic flow out into at least one project, which I'm going to call aerodynamics for reasons that might be self-explanatory, where I'm just different cadences and different rhythms and just kind of letting it off, you know? And then after I drop maybe a 4 or 5 song project called Aerodynamics, who knows? I might do another project called More Dynamics. but
Yeah.
basically want to get all that off my chest so that I can start focusing on incorporating what I'm good at with what people really want to hear, you know? So, but yeah, Aerodynamics would be a project that be up next.
That's what's to come. That's what we can all be looking out for.
Yeah, and up echelon October 9th.
Yeah, of course. That's first. Now, speaking of which, I'm gonna take a guess here and assume that Stealthr at the end. That's how most of us can find you on social platforms.
Yes, I'm very active on Instagram.
Okay,
Stealthr_.
you heard it,
So
guys.
is at Stealthr_. DM me.
So I just want to say, of course, this has been pretty cool getting to know you. I'm pretty excited to kind of see where you go and where this project goes. But I'm wondering right now, before we let you go, could you give us maybe a little taste, a little treat? You got something in the sleeves for us?
You're gonna
What can
ask?
we?
Yeah, I got you. So Stealth has an alter ego. Alter ego's name is Rippy Fish. My actual born name is Marlon, Marlon. But growing up through high school, everyone was like, "What's up, Fish? What's up, Fishy?" And it's funny because this is the story behind the name. I had
Mhm.
made a book page at 16 years old, and the URL was supposed to be Trippy Fish because I used to be a raver with the light shows and shit. Excuse my language. And I guess 5 years later, a buddy of mine was like, "Yo, what's Rippy Fish?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Your profile, your URL says Rippy Fish." I'm like, "No, it says Trippy Fish." He's like, "No, you're missing a letter, bro. It says Rippy Fish." I was like, "Word?" And I went and checked. He's like, "Yo, you should run with it. Rippy Fish is right." So I was like, "You know what? I'm a song called Rippy Fish." So I got you. It's gonna be one of the last two tracks, the second to last track on Upper Echelon.
All right.
Let me put my hat on for this. Yeah. I stay ripping like the grip on my grip tape. They stay tripping like a cop on the interstate. I stay sipping on Bombay. Either way, they do not intimidate. They are intermediate. All they do is imitate. Rippy Fish, I really kill this shit. They are illiterate and illegitimate. They just be listening while I be killing it. Yeah. Anyways, they ain't never really gonna be keeping up with the boy. They never really be doing it big. I am forever ready, and with the middle finger, I'm pointing to the pigs. Every day we making the noise. Never a story we be taking their coins until they say they will no longer deploy. Yeah, I think they got lost in the sauces because they've been taking too many losses. Fucking with us is like fucking with the squad of bosses. We be flexing, we be flossing. Hometown is LA, so I pour liquor on slossing. My enemies ain't got no stamina, they be exhausted. Stealth is a lyrical criminal flowing like he is a faucet. But on the subliminal, I think he's totally lost it. Stealthr got aerodynamics all up in the pocket. Yeah, y'all are danger close, so I advise you take some caution. Don't act like a sausage, because I'll take advantage and then steadily slaughter your soft skin. It's Rippy, Rippy. Rippy, yes, Rippy Fish, whipping. I'm not going to give you the whole hook though. Y'all gotta.
Man. All right. I wasn't expecting you to come in hard like that, man. Wow.
Keep going on. I can give y'all one more verse if you want it.
Yeah, come on, we want it.
Okay, word. Hold up. First track is called Know Nothing.
Huh?
Giving a fuck what they thinking, and when I be coming around, I be constantly sinking them. Do this with ease and without even thinking, man. I blast them blowing out the speaker. Every year, these rappers, they become weaker, just like a tweaker. Get your mind out the gutter and find you a path, whether writing a rhyme or attending a class. Nothing will happen if you don't get up off your ass. Yeah. I'm sick of hearing that you're tired, sick of hearing that you're sad, sick of hearing that you're this, and sick of hearing that you're that. You're a powerful being, so put on your hat. I'm really about to show a motherfucker how to rap fast, show them that they're gonna be needing a gas mask. Fuck it, I'll give you the second verse. How many times do I need to explain? If you don't want your life to be the same, then you're the one that needs to make a change. You're the one that needs to rearrange all of the thoughts in your brain. Carefully calculate all of your moves, constantly keeping conservative moods and constantly moving ahead with your dues. That's the life that I live. That's the life that I'll give. The life I'll pass to my kids, cashing out on these hits. If you got a problem, then I pack you out with my fist, bitch. Spit to nothing but sick shit. Manifesting these digits, making life start to pivot into the direction that I want. Can nobody tell me that I won't? I've been coming up all on my own, and everybody knowing that I'm gonna be taking the money home.
Man. Man. Wait, hold up. Hold up.
What's up?
You just did that.
Nah, thank
Like,
you.
for real though, the way that you just rode the beat with no beat. All right. Yeah. So everyone has to check out Stealth Stealthr with the underscore, because that right there, if that wasn't enough, I don't know what to say.
I take my hat off to y'all. Thank you. I
I don't
appreciate it.
know, man. For real, that's tight. That's really tight. I'm so excited to really see how this flourishes, and hopefully, we can get another interview sometime in the future and
Most it.
just see how you progressed. Like we love to stay in contact and just try and grow with you,
Let's do it.
or put it out there. So thank you so much for being a part of this, Marlon Stealth. It's been an honor. I really appreciate this. I hope to see you and talk to you again, hopefully in person next time. To be honest, I mean that
Yeah.
would be great. But any last things that you want to say before we call it a night?
Yeah.
All the things out there.
I want to say thanks for having me. Appreciate you guys for the opportunity, the exposure. B, my main message as an artist is if you love doing something and it fascinates you, don't let no one tell you that you can't do it, and just keep pushing, even if it seems super slow. And then you see some progression and it gets slow again. It'll pick up again and it'll get slow again. Just keep pushing, man. That's to everybody listening, bro. And thank you for having me. And I do hope we can meet in person.
Yeah, of course. Well, guys, this has been a night. This has been a treat. Make sure you stay tuned for the next one. If you like this video, show us with a subscribe and a thumbs up. And we'll be talking to you soon. We'll see you next time on C2F.